So now that we have confirmed that yes, there are individual differences between the children in a classroom, and these individual differences have to be accounted for in the teaching and learning process, then how can the teacher address these differences? Well, the teacher can either use equality or equity. Now, what is the difference between these two terms? Well, equality means that all the children are given the same kind of resources or opportunities. Right? But equity means that given the fact that children come from different circumstances and different backgrounds, each child is given enough resources or enough opportunities to make sure that all children reach the same outcome, the same result. So let me explain. Equality is resource focused. For example, if you look at this picture, right? Here you are giving the same kind of support or the same kind of resource to all the children. But this doesn't mean that all the children will reach the same result. Right? Because they have individual differences, even though they have the same opportunities, they are not able to reach the same result. Right? Whereas equity is result focused. Now you know that the result is that all the children will have to be able to reach the fruit. So you will give them as much resources or as many opportunities as they require to be able to reach this result or outcome. So again, based on the individual differences of the children, you are giving them different types of resources or opportunities. So that is the difference between equality and equity. So what is the role of the teachers in addressing these individual differences? Well, I will not go too much in detail into these points. You can just pause the video here and read all of them once. They are based on common sense, such as the first step is to acknowledge and be sensitive to the individual differences among children, because unless you acknowledge and accept that there is a problem, you'll not be able to solve the problem. So that is the first step. And then there are other points like how the curriculum has to be flexible, and how there have to be various assessment techniques that are used to account for the differences in the children, and how interventions may be required for children with special needs and also for children with special talents, or those who are called gifted children. Right? The main reason why I'm not going too much in detail into all these points is because if you look at the topics in the syllabus, there are other chapters where we will be covering all of these in detail. There are chapters where we will be learning about addressing learners from diverse backgrounds, including disadvantaged and deprived, and we'll also be looking at addressing the needs of children with learning difficulties or impairments, that is children with special needs. And we will also be looking at addressing talented, creative or specially abled learners who are gifted children. Therefore, we will cover all of these in detail in some of the next chapters. So now let's move on to the questions.